Louder.
What you need? What you need? I got what you need. What you need? What you need? What you need?
This is actually a very special episode today. This is basically season 2 of your Daily Dose because we've done a full year, surprisingly. And ironically, I wore this shirt. I didn't even know it was the same shirt I wore because I went back to see if you were right or not. Here I am wearing the same shirt. So
incredible,
it all works out. And we have a special guest. We got Darwin Prince Jr. by way of St. Louis.
Yes, sir.
What, was I right? St. Louis?
You're right, man.
Former ex-champ, moderate champ, heavyweight champ, whatever champ you want to talk about, that's what he was. But we're doing something special now because who he's become and who he is. Just a great soul, good human, great friend, loyalty, and a dog. Boom.
Yes,
highlight reel right here, Panda. Right there,
Yes,
boom.
sir.
So, Darwin, this is how we get down on the Daily Dose podcast. First and foremost, thank you for coming on.
No problem, man. Thank you for having me.
Yep, it's an honor to have you in the man cave. I hope you like it.
Love it.
I was telling you outside, I love doing this because it never gets me the opportunity to do this. And me and him are always working and pushing and pushing. So it's like a friendship that we don't ever talk to each other, but we respect each other's hustle so much that we both know
We locked in for life.
we're going for and getting
Locked in
it.
for
So,
life,
so yeah, appreciate you coming on season 2. We got Dwight Manfredi here. Our sponsors, we got DB Realty, we got Regal Pool, Sebastian Plumbing. He is back in the gym. He is alive and well. He's got a mustache now. Mullet is gone, but the mustache is there, and he's cleaning pipes left and right. So thank you guys for reaching out to Sebastian's for the plumbing needs. Also, shout out to Legends. Again, it's Congo 20 for all your Legends gear. Man, look at me just being a businessman. Darwin.
Making moves. Making moves.
Anybody else I'm missing, Aaron?
Nope, and Regal.
And well, we already got that. So Halima, we may have to call her Darwin because she just got back from Greece.
Yeah.
And she got me this, whatever this is, and I was supposed to remember what the hell it was. I think it was a pre-tequila taste we're supposed to have to cleanse our palate.
Yeah.
But I'm going to call and ask her to see, and then we're going to take our shot of tequila together.
Let's do it. I'm down, baby. Let's go. Pull yours just a little bit closer. All right. Gotcha.
Okay, wow, Halima. Surprised she answered, ladies and gentlemen. You are on the Daily Dose podcast right now. We got Darwin Prince Jr. in the building. So what was going on, Halima, is we are about to do our alcoholic toast for the podcast. I need a refresher of what you got me and what is this again?
Oh, it's called Rocky. So it is a drink of Greece. They use it as like a palate cleanser, like an aperitif, either before or after the meal, usually after. And it's that one is specific to the island of Amorgos. So it's made of honey and I don't know what else, but the background on the one that you have is that the owner of the shop that I was at, him and his brother, they make it at their own like vineyard or whatever, and so it's their business. And you're basically just toasting to a cleansed palate and life.
Okay, well, very nice. And the irony, it's Rocky, and I got 2 new shot glasses from Halima and my other sister, Samina. It's just growing and growing. And Halima, this is also full 1-year turn, so this is season 2 of Daily Dose. We're being consistent.
Oh wow!
Yeah. So
Did you time that out?
it just kind of happened this way.
Oh, that's awesome.
So everything's very special right now. So thank you for giving us the heads up on what that was. We'll put the tags and shout them out, and we're going to go from there. So Halima, we are out. We're about to hit this podcast. Thank you for coming on.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
All right. Let's take it.
There you go. All right, let's get this
do
thing
it.
right. So how we're going to do this, this is yours, this is mine. So you want to do it after or before? She said we could do either.
Man, I like it before.
This is from the land, man.
I need my juice.
This is from the
man.
land.
Let's go.
Shout out to Nancy Perry as well. There was a great event that turned out for everybody. Beautiful pictures. And thank you for everybody. We didn't ask how much, so maybe we just do a little.
I don't know.
Okay, there's that one. And then Halima also got...
So we're mixing it. He's mixing drinks over here.
No. That's just supposed to be for like the palate or after.
I'm about to say you
Wait, hey man, it's only one time we get to do this, so we're just gonna have a good time. And Halima gave us this. I can't even say the name, but shot glasses only, no more baby bottles. gonna go with my special Rambo one.
Cool with that. Let's go. I feel special today, man. 1 year anniversary for my boy. Congratulations, man. Definitely got to drink with you. That's the only time I really drink is when I'm celebrating something.
Okay, you gotta do this one before, I guess. Just following Halima's rules. All right, so Darwin, my dog, appreciate
Cheers
you coming
to
on.
my boy, man.
Consistency, season 2. Okay, this is the pre.
Went back.
Welcome from the land.
Yeah, it was good. Cheers, man.
Cheers.
That was good.
Yeah.
Now I'm ready. Let's go.
Gotta get that Benjamin Blue real quick.
It's that magic water.
Yeah. So, this is an amazing podcast today because just the way the universe works and how all this is happening. Congo Gym, which is Congo 2, which is only one gym, but we're getting bigger, is happening.
Yeah.
It's officially signed, sealed, and delivered. And Congo Sups is running wild, alive and well. Kicking ass, taking names. Season 2 of Daily Dose. And to have you here, it's just the way I tell Priscilla all the time, like walking by faith and through God. And my faith is different than a lot of others, but this is just how I speak and how I talk. It's like, it's like it gives me signs on where to go, how to do things. And these are all like signs for me to keep walking by faith because all these amazing things keep happening just by staying where we're at. For the followers out there, Darwin has been with myself and my family since 2017.
Since 2017.
Is that what it was?
2017.
Because we met because you were. How did we even meet?
I was looking for a trainer, I think, and I think I came by. I think one of my boys or somebody knew about the gym, came by to holler at you, and you welcomed me with open arms, man. You was like, "I got you. I'm gonna take care of you," and that's how it happened. We locked in ever since, and you kind of reminded me of myself, man. And I just seen that dog in you, and you just, till this day, you got that same exact fire. You feel what I'm saying? It was that fire for me. Like, and you a Leo, I'm a Leo. Like I said, you just remind me of myself. You would never take no as an answer. You feel me? You was gonna figure out a way, and that's how I am. So, winners recognize winners, man. So that was what it was.
Hell yeah! And then, at the time we were training him for his boxing career. I still think without the injury, you would be somewhere else right now. But again, God's plan, God's timing didn't happen. When I was training you, what were you pursuing? Where were you at in your career of boxing? Because you were at that pinnacle of like almost getting there, right? You were how many knockouts? What was your record?
I was I'm 20-0. I had like 15 knockouts. Well, I lost one fight. Actually, I'm 19-1, and I had like 14, 15 knockouts. So yeah.
And then you were, what was your weight class?
I fought at junior welterweight, 140 pounds. I was signed to Al Heyman. I was training with world fame Ronnie Shields and another trainer of mine named Aaron Navarro's. Really great guy. So, yeah, great career. 120 amateur fights. I was ranked top 30 in the country, top 10 in the country and top 30 in the world. I was real close to some good fights, man, but, it's a tough business. So,
what ultimately kind of happened on your way out before transitioning? Because I want to talk about the transition as well.
Man, just trying to get the big fights. Being a high risk, low reward in fighting and in boxing. I was a high risk and a low reward. I didn't have a big old name, but I could fight. I could fight, and I was a risk for a lot of people with a big name, and I was chasing the bigger fights, but it was hard to get them. Some people didn't want the fight. Some people wasn't ready for the fight. And, they just didn't want to give me that opportunity. So, I just got tired of that part, So, I had to do something else. And I didn't want to feel stuck. So, I just felt like it was, I had another destiny to go. So, I didn't want to stay stuck where I was because me as a person, I believe in growth, daily growth. And I had to make a change.
Yeah, so when we were training, man, that's what I loved about you was the dog. Like when you talk about a dog mentality, like we've seen things and I've seen how you work, and that when you know a dog, you know a dog.
Definitely.
And you know, he was coming off of an injury too at the time. Oh, you had your patella,
I tore
right?
my right patella tendon. Because I used to do a lot of running. I had a track scholarship and a cross country scholarship to college, to Grambling State, and I ran a mile 800. I ran a mile in like 4:11, 800 in like 1:48. But I did a lot of running, man. Sometimes I would run 70 miles a week. So I think that had a big role with with all the running and everything. But I mean, it never stopped anything. I was still good after the surgery. I was still training, still winning. It's just, when you get older, you waiting a year and two for a fight, it was difficult. I couldn't keep waiting for, people to feed me. So,
and even in the footage of where he was when your patella snapped,
yeah,
you were still trying to fight, and you weren't like,
I was on one leg.
Yeah,
I was literally on one leg still fighting,
and he was still trying to do it.
Yeah,
and he didn't break. He didn't complain. Had no pain.
One leg, man.
And like that is like what I talk about in our training is like, we push ourselves so hard in our actual training that when moments like that happen, it's really like the shit that Kobe talks about. Like, the only thing that matters is finishing that task and winning at it. Pain, nothing matters.
Winning.
And then that, to your credit, I know I didn't work out the way you wanted to, but look at like the persistence and perseverance that you had to come back and fight and put that same workout in. And then, politics in that world, I could only imagine just going back and forth, trying to figure things out, how that could weigh in on you. But, I always say sometimes when we keep getting pushed out of things, like that's a sign.
Yeah, definitely.
That's a sign. So like that injury happened, the time you were waiting, trying to get back in the fights, didn't happen. But look what happened in time. You're now a beautiful husband. You got kids. Found the woman of your dreams. Now you are doing your security company, right?
Yes, sir. I have a security company.
How did all that come about?
Man, dude, I had so my best friend's dad used to own a security company back in the Gap, and he told me how much money he used to make. And I used to be a security guard, like, back in the Gap. I only had like 2 or 3 jobs in my life, but one of them was a security guard at one of the top trauma centers in St. Louis, and I seen a lot of crazy stuff, a lot of dead bodies, everything. But with that being said, my best friends, like my old best friend's dad, got me into it. I asked him how to start the company. He kind of charged me for everything. I mean, honestly, I didn't think that he really believed that I was going to really push the company this hard. He was just like, if I can make some money off you, then hey, and he charged me to start everything up and get the insurance. I'm very appreciative for that. You got to pay to play. But here I am. I started the company in 2019. 6 years later, I got almost 30 to 40 employees. And I have probably some good clients and some of the largest property management companies that I work with. And I'm very grateful for that. I'm actually happy about the transition from boxing to the business side, because it's a lot better, a lot less stressful. It's a different type of stress. And I feel like I didn't want to be one of those fighters that was stuck waiting to, on a dream that wasn't gonna never happen, So it's a dirty business. And now that I'm out of it and I'm in, the security business, man, the money way better over here. You feel me? So it's like, I mean, fighting, it ain't a lot of money, man. To be honest with you, I thought it was. A lot of us that fight come from poverty. A lot of fighters got that poverty mentality. You think 50K, 100K is a lot of money, but it's not a lot of money, man. So, yeah, but, I mean, it was an experience. It was a good experience. I liked winning, and I'm still winning. Always going to be a winner, so that's where I am now.
Yeah, that's what we talked about, was the winning mentality and consistency. Like, coming back to being a full year of this podcast now, and how consistent I have been in doing this, how consistent you have been post-boxing career, just putting your head down and going to work.
Hustling, man. I had to really make myself uncomfortable.
Very
I had to get around people that I've never been at this point in my life. I've never ran a business. I've never made as much money as I made, running this company. So, I mean, I have to meet different people. I have to introduce myself to different people and like-minded people. Like, I had to really step outside of my comfort zone and just, I don't know, talk to different people, man, get to know and build relationships, valuable relationships. I know a lot of stuff that I do is built off relationships, so.
Yeah, and consistency.
Yeah, and just hard work, man. Staying consistent, believing in yourself, hard work. Like I said, that's why I like Dose, man. Every time I'm at Congo, no matter when I come, it's just, I love the workouts, but it's just when you walk in there, it's more than the workouts. It's like the mentality. It's like the mentality. Everybody in there, everybody's hungry. Everybody's like rooting for you in there. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody's like they chasing something bigger than just being here on Earth. You know what I'm saying? Like I love the atmosphere of Congo. Honestly, I really do. Every time I come, when I leave, I'm like, I got this new fire, man. You know what I'm saying? Like getting back to the grind and winning.
He comes back to Rocky 3, gets the eye of the tiger back, and then he gets up out of there, and then he gets another deal done. That's usually how it works, man. Everybody that comes into Congo, it's like a mind and body thing for them, and then you get out of that gym, and they're pursuing something. We're all pursuing something. And I think what's cool, what people get to see now is, from your side, since you've been around me since 2017, you got to see my transformation, because I was just a kid, bro.
Yeah.
I was just a kid, and I would like to hear, now you know that we get to finally get you sit in this chair and catch up and talk, you know, when my transition happened, you know, what ultimately made you like believe in what we were doing and continue to rock with us? Because, you know, in that little moment when you get your first Regal Pool, summer's just better with a darn pool in your backyard. Regal Pools builds award-winning custom pools for families across Houston, made for memories, built to last like America. Ready to get started? Call Josh at Regal Pools and tell him Dose sent you, or see their links in the show notes for more information. Like hiccup in life. And I posted this week about the season of change right now. Like there's so much change going on in the world for everybody. And me personally, I always say it, I think it was Joe Rogan that said it, you know, put yourself into your movie and be the superhero. So if you're watching yourself in that moment and you're wanting to see what your superhero does, that's how you got to respond and act. Definitely. So, you know, us being kicked out and now 8-9 years being removed from it, it's opening up a new gym and doing everything. What ultimately made you stay with us and believe in us and continue to, you know, give us that, get that shit, you know, keep showing up, keep working, because you were one of those people that definitely were there for us.
Man, because I felt like I owe my loyalty to y'all. You know what I'm saying? When I first came to you, I wasn't making a lot of money in my fighting career. I was at an important part and pivotal part of my career at the moment, but Dose took me in. He never really pressured me about anything. I could barely even afford to even stay there. He was like, man, don't worry about that. Come in, I got you. Like, he never pressured me about none of that. Like, and just took me in. So, I mean, I have no choice but to be loyal to him. You know what I'm saying? So he helped me out in my life when I was at a point where, you know, I was still building and still grinding. I mean, I'm still grinding to this day, but I'm in a way better place. But then he just came into my life when I needed him. You know what I'm saying? So I owe him my loyalty for that. And honestly, it was just the dog in him, all of them. I think that run his whole family. And I think, honestly, even if he's a little brother, middle brother, whatever, I feel like he fuels a lot of his family, man, because he's just a dog, man. When I met him, he got that same energy as day one, and he just never stopped. And I love that about him. Like, I like being around that. You know, he never made up any excuses. You never really heard him complaining. He was just like, he gonna figure out a way. And that's, like I said, that reminded me of myself. And dude, like, how could you not support somebody like that? That manifested and did everything he said he was gonna do. You know, always a man in his word. I mean, dude, it's hard to find that type of stuff. It's hard to find those type of people. So yeah, I had to stay connected. I had to stay locked in. And like I said, I owe him my loyalty. He helped me when I was down. So yeah, he'll forever have my loyalty.
Hey, man, I didn't pay him to say that, but that was nothing but love. Sure. I'm going to accept those flowers.
Man, definitely.
I really appreciate that. And when you're saying all that stuff, it's not an ego trip for me, but it goes back to like my morals and my ethics, which is, be the superhero of your movie, and everything you're talking about that's integrity, that's character, that's, you know, resilience, that's perseverance, that's becoming somebody. And I try to pride myself on those things. And you know, we get so caught up on the wins, like when we're winning, and we always want to be there, but people forget about the struggle, and the struggle is what the winning is.
Of course.
And I was telling that to Priscilla. I was like, right now, you know, she's studying for a real estate exam and uncomfortness, what's going on, you know, just her life right now, and just figuring things out with work, and you know how hard that damn exam is. And I said, right now you're in the winning, you're in the final phase.
Definitely.
Everybody always thinks when you finally get that end result, when you finally get the security job, when you finally get the next gym, that was where winning happened.
Yeah.
Winning happened in the fucking
It's the daily routines.
yeah,
man.
and the confusion and scarcity of like, fuck, am I gonna do this? Fuck, I gotta study right now. Fuck, I said I wasn't gonna say fuck anymore, and I'm saying it every fucking time.
It happens, you know. It happens. We fall, we get back up, we make mistakes, man.
Yeah, and then that's like that goes back to the physical standpoint. I tell Darwin every time, we ain't gonna quit. We ain't gonna quit. When I remember he came back, and I was getting heavy into boxing, and now I'm back into boxing again. This is day 4.
I see it.
Day 4, I'm back.
I see you, man. I see you.
Day 4, I'm back, and it goes back to being consistent. And I'm so pissed that I stopped because I was doing something.
Yeah.
After a year, I was like, damn, I felt pretty good. I was doing well. Yeah. But anyways, he knows me so well, and it was like a 4 a.m. workouts. And the crazy thing about the 4 a.m. boxing is Sobo doesn't want to wake up early. He's probably pulling an all-nighter, coming back from a job. And Halima's just crazy. She's just going to be there to be there. But it's like, those guys don't do it. But for me, they're going to do it.
Yeah.
And it's just this raw, real energy. And I'll send you the clip. And he was telling me something. I was fucking tired. He's like, I know what you've been through. I know what you've been through. They locked you out. They did this. And it was like this zone that I went into. And I was just, And that's the fucking groove right there. People are like, get it out of you. Get out of you. No, you need that shit because that shit comes out. And you want people around like you and me to push us to those points. People get so afraid of offending people with your, ferocity or how you really are, man. I don't even hide that shit anymore. This is who I am.
I mean, either, man. I learned to just enjoy the process, man. And you got to give a lot of credit to yourself, too. You know what I'm saying? For believing in you. You feel me? A lot of people don't give credit to themselves for believing in themselves. Because if you never believe in yourself like that, I don't think people around you will really believe in you like that. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people around you probably still don't believe, like, dang, he's really doing it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, a lot of people was doubting you back then. I remember that. And you was just always like, I'm going to show him. Like, I'm going to show him. Like, you feel me? And I could feel that. I feel that because I feel like that every day in my life. You know what I'm saying? And me, man, I just always believe in enjoying the process and making the best of the struggle, the grind, the failures, everything. I don't believe in failures. I believe in learning lessons. Everything is a lesson in life as long as you trying to do something to grow every day. You living. So, I don't know.
How do you figure out, like, when the end is near in boxing, right? And a lot of people can go this way or the route you took. Did you ever have that fear of that? Obviously, you weren't making that much money, but that was what you did. Now it's done. What am I going to do with my life? Did you ever have that moment of like, I'm not going to figure out? Or no matter what, it was going to be backs against the wall. Listen, I don't care how I'm going to make it.
I come from poverty, bro. Like, I mean, was it a little bit of a transition? Do I have feelings? Of course. But, I mean, I don't dwell on stuff for a long time. You know what I'm saying? So, I just knew I had to figure something out. I knew, like I said, I grew up in poverty, man. And I just never want to go back to that place. And I just always been a go-getter, man. I never really saw myself no offense to nobody clocking in 9 to 5, but I just never saw me being that person in my life. You know what I'm saying? I just saw me. I want to live my life for me and enjoy my time and create financial freedom and build generational wealth. And that's just the lifestyle that I want while I'm living on earth. You know what I'm saying? And everybody's dream isn't that, but I always been like a dog, man. I believe in that 50 Cent line, get rich or die trying. Like, and that's me. Like, I'm gonna get it one way or another. I don't care if I die trying it, no matter what risks I take. And you can't get there by living off fear. Like, you can't fear. You can't really have any fear, man. Like, if you want to get to the top and you want to be successful, all these successful people out here, you think they walking around fearing failing? No, they probably failed a whole lot of times, but nobody really knows about all of that, So
cue the entrance music, man. God damn.
For real,
hey.
Man.
That's what they need to hear, man.
Real talk, man.
That's what they need to hear.
So that's my mentality, man. It's all or nothing.
And that's how I bring this up too, because for all the young entrepreneurs out there, what he just said is what's going to make you win. People are comfortable, people are soft, and they don't know what it's like to be in those situations. So why I operate the way I operate, because his situation is worse than my situation. So how the frick am I not going to be as hungry as him when he's going through way hungrier shit than I got to figure out? So I got to go harder. and harder and harder and harder, and you wake up and do it again. It comes back to consistency. When failure was looking us both in the eyes, we put our head down, went back to consistency. And look, the podcast has been going for a year now. It's why? It's because we've been consistent.
Definitely.
We're opening up another gym. Why? Because we've been consistent. I don't know if you saw my story. I posted, it was 5 years ago. And then,
I saw it. Let me see.
did you ever come to that one? Did that
Yeah,
garage?
yeah. I bet it was over there in the townhouse, right?
Yeah, you came to one of the
Yeah, I
townhouses,
did.
but I had another townhouse. You probably
Maybe not.
Maybe
not.
Anyways, that was 5 years ago.
Yeah, you was working out your gym.
Yeah,
man.
Naid, that was
How's your-
Congo Gym right there. COVID happened. That's where everybody would come to.
Real talk, man.
That's
a lot of
where it
motivation.
was.
A lot of motivation.
Right
dog.
there. I'm training the people there. Taj is training people at the rooftop, and pandemic's happening, and we just were consistent and never missing.
And Taj, your boy, man. That
If-
dude, rider. He a rider, man.
Yep.
You need people like that in your corner, man, for real.
And very fortunate to be. It was my family, and again, the fear. We said you can't be afraid of anything. That's what Samina. That's what Halima did. That's what Bachadi. That's what Cole did. And these guys, they came here because me and Staj needed help, but we couldn't even give them a paycheck.
Yeah.
But they still came here because they believed and saw the vision, and they were dogs. So you put a bunch of dogs out the kennel having some fun. What's gonna happen? More dogs gonna be created.
And now you creating your own tribe
Yes.
of killers and dogs. That's
Yes.
what it is. You
And what-
created your own tribe.
And what did you say you want to do? Attain generational wealth? Well, we're starting that
Talking
as well, right?
Talking right. And that's what it's about. That's what you're living for. So, I mean, dude, I love y'all mentality, bro. And I love what you're doing. Every time I watch your story, bro, I can't do the 4 a.m, but the 4 a.m, I'm like, man, this dude don't never stop, boy. So that just gives me fire when I see that. The consistency from him. I feel like him being one of my guys and my boys, I was like, even though we don't talk much, I'm still like, oh, I gotta stick with it. I gotta stick with it. You know what I'm saying? When I watch stuff like that. And I see you still out here grinding and winning like the first day I ever met you. You feel what I'm saying? So like I said, that's what drew me to him, man. And to this day, I still support him. I'm always rooting for him and always wishing him and his family the best. So, yeah.
Oh yeah, and with it's funny how life works. I'm starting back with boxing, and Halima's boxing, and it so happens you be in this chair. I don't know what's happening with the universe, but God's pushing me somewhere. You're supposed to be in this chair right now for a reason. I don't know if I'm going to be a pro boxer. I don't know if I'm going to be the trainer that knocks all the other trainers out in boxing. That was Kiadi's idea. Kiadi has this crazy idea about basically creating trainers versus trainers in boxing. Got a
yeah,
beef,
Kiadi.
settle into boxing. So he's thinking about the sales pitch, getting it with Netflix. Do you know how they always be thinking?
Yeah. I
But
mean,
you know what?
You never know.
What do you think I should do?
You never know.
What should I do?
Man, honestly, I think you should get your first fight. You know what I'm saying? Before you move into all of that, just to see if you feel me?
Your first fight first.
Because everybody wants to be a fighter until they get in there and they catch a good one on the chin and fall one time. You feel me? They're like, I'm not going back. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. But, I mean, I think just get your first fight. You know what I'm saying? Lock in on that first fight. See how you feel. Get your feet wet. Then you can talk a little trash. You never know. You might get that fight with Jake Paul.
I don't
Jake
want
Paul.
no,
Hey,
I don't
listen.
want no Jake Paul fight.
It don't matter. Oh, you don't? I do. I'll take one of those.
Sorry,
I mean,
man.
But
you ain't got a chance to get Jake Paul either.
I mean, man, just
Tobo
keep,
doesn't. You don't. Nobody's got a chance.
hey, keep getting better. That's all I gotta tell you. Keep getting better. Keep working. Stay consistent. And just keep learning. Be a sponge.
From what you actually saw when I got to that point when you saw me, did I have the potential to get there? Obviously, I hadn't been in a fight yet. What would you give me your honest assessment of where I was when you saw me then?
Oh, you're in a way better position as far as like just technique wise and everything like that. I mean, of course you have a work to do. I got a lot of work to do. Everybody has work to do if they believe they can. Nobody's perfect. We all got things we got to work on, but you've definitely improved, for sure. But like I said, just take it one fight at a time. You got to get those fights in. That's the experience right there. I mean, you can train all day. You can perfect your craft, but the fights is what also get you that experience too, to be ready for the biggest stage. So.
And this is giving the people to show like the human side of me with this boxing thing. Like I'm in it now.
Yeah.
I'm being consistent. I'm making it with my schedule 3 days a week, no matter what. But for all the real listeners out there, I'm not all the way in it still.
Yeah, you
And
gotta
I'm
be
saying
24/7.
Yeah, and I'm saying that because I'm in it. But in order bigger picture. In order to succeed in everything, you got to go all in on it. You got to go all in on the security. You got to go all in on the gym. I'm not all in on the boxing yet, and I'm working my way to it. And I'm bringing that up because going back to the entrepreneurship and adversity, when you're making a transition in life, no matter what it is, you got to go all in. Because if you're not all in, you're going to find an excuse. You're going to find a way to bitch yourself out of not getting out of bed. You're going to find somebody to blame. When it's all on you and you got to make that bitch work.
All or nothing, man.
Usually it happens.
No fear. Like I said, no fear, man. People might take that no fear part when you come around. People might take it as cocky because you, like I said, you remind me of myself. Some people probably, oh, you cocky, man. No fear. Or, bruh, who cares, bruh? Be confident in yourself. Believe in yourself. And don't let nobody limit you, like, limit who you are, man. Limit, like, you know, your work ethic, your mindset, your confidence, everything, you know. If it's coming off as cockiness to people, oh well, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just like I said, continue to be confident. That's what I love about Dose, bro. Like, you don't give a shit, bro. You just like, I'm gonna get it one way or another. And I just see it as being just you a dog, bro. Like, who else gonna support you better than you? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was telling Priscilla too about it, and I mentioned I reached out to Boss Cat, the guy, the Benjamin Blue. Did you ever meet him before?
Never met him.
Have you ever been to Boss Cat Lounge?
Oh, I've been to Boss Cat.
Okay,
yeah,
well they
just revoked.
Yeah, they just shut down after 10 years.
Dang.
And you could look at it as a failure, like, oh, they're closing, and what's going to happen? And he didn't make it, but obviously when you sign a lease, price goes up. Price is way too high, so you have to make a decision as a businessman. It's a super, super pleasure of ours to be partnered with Legends because we live it, we breathe it. Congo20 is the discount code. You get 20% off. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share the Daily Dose podcast. Follow Legends, and shout out to DeAndre Hopkins and Top. Got to cut this down because it's not going to work with the rate that's going on. So doing something for, I think, 8 to 10 years.
Still success.
And it going not under, but he has to close shop. And a guy like that, you view me, and I view you. I was telling Priscilla, like, I'm not even worried about him. You want to know why? Because that right there is everything he needed to do the next one or whatever next thing he wanted to do. Because he looked at that as like, okay, motherfucker.
He's just that type of guy.
Yeah, no matter what, I'm going to figure it out. And I said that to her, and I'm saying that to the audience, that you have to have this relentless belief in yourself that you can accomplish anything. And you can write it on a quote, you can try to watch it on a movie, but if you don't believe that manifestation of receiving all those things, of being the best at what you do, you'll never get it. And I don't even say lunges anymore. You talk about the lunge. I was like, I do 1 mile weighted manifestations. And when I'm doing the mile lunges, I'm manifesting, Darwin. Manifesting. Does that mean I know it's going to happen or not? No, I don't know what's going to happen, but look how far it's got me.
Real talk, bro.
You sat there and said I was going to do everything that I said I was going to do, and I have. Aaron, have I not?
Man, manifestation is real, bro. Like I told you, I was at that. You asked me about my career. Mm-hmm. The turning point. You know, I never had that fear of just like failure, because I'm like, I'm not going to allow myself to fail. Like, I'm not going to go backwards. I'm going to figure it out no matter what I have to do. So, I mean, look at me now. Like, you know, I started investing in real estate 8 months ago. I got 3 real estate properties. I got beautiful family, man, married. I got custody of my 15-year-old daughter. I mean, dude, a lot of stuff, like I told you, manifestation. And I go home sometimes and I'm just like sitting and like, dang, like looking at everything that I have right now. And I still feel like it's just the beginning for me. Like, I'm so hungry and I have so much that I want to accomplish. It's just like, this still just the beginning, but I want to enjoy it too. You know, I'm still appreciative of it, because you got to enjoy and appreciate the fruits of labor. But that don't mean stop being hungry. You know, a lot of people like, man, the average person out here trying to tell you, slow down, chill out, man, you got time. You don't have time. Mm-hmm. Ain't no time, man. You got to get to it and get active, man. Every single day you alive, man. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, keep going, baby.
Time.
Keep going. Like time you're gonna be 40 before you know it. You're gonna be 50 before you know it. And these people that never been where you trying to go, like, hey man, just take a break. Ain't no breaks, bruh. When you just that type of guy, you can't take breaks. I don't even feel right taking a break. Like, my break is freaking working. Like, this is my break, bro. This is my break right here. You know, this is a chill day for me.
It still wasn't a break because he was trying to find a way to network and do something and this and that. I got this deal coming up. I got this deal coming up.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. So,
but he's right, man. Like, if I could give 3 pieces of advice for people that are pursuing their dreams or are stuck where they're at and they're not where they're gonna be, is that you got to have faith. I was like, without faith, regardless of religious belief, the universe, whatever it is. Like, literally, the definition of faith is seeing what you can't see. Like, you
and
can't
nobody
see
coming
it.
to save you either.
Yeah, you can't see it. It's here.
Yeah.
But you're being told to go over it. But there's all this junk, and you're stuck.
Yeah.
You got to have faith. And you got to work extremely, extremely hard. He said there's no off button. There's no rest button. The reason why we're like that is because, one, somebody's out there trying to take our spot. You got to have that mentality. And it's not about focusing on negative, like, oh, you're focusing on the wrong things. No, somebody's out there trying to take my spot. Yep. I could wake up tomorrow and I could have 0 clients. That's how I think. I can't let that happen. So how I'm going to control that? I'm going to wake up at 2:50 in the morning every day. I'm going to go put the manifestations in with the physical labor with my legs and my mind and my body. And then I'm going to take that energy, put it out to my workplace, and then spread that energy throughout.
Right.
Build more and more and more people up. And then like that, you create sectors. Yep. Then you got a whole flock of savages.
You're doggone right, man. I'm writing my vision down, man. I want to see my vision every day I wake up. I want to see that vision. Like, every day I want to remind myself. I got it on my phone. I got it on my freaking refrigerator. Like, every little vision that I expect to accomplish. Like, I need to see it every single day. Like, for real. Because I'm going to make it happen. Like I said, like, I'm going to get there. Yeah, manifestation, man.
And do you know what happens after every time you get it? When you manifest? The real ones do it again and do it again and do it again and do it again.
They keep going.
And like, I think that's the test for me when I was going through that transition at 9 and we just got James Harden, the whole Rockets team in there.
I remember that.
And we had Kush and it was all these things. And you got to see, I said I was going to get all these people because I wanted to prove a point that we're the best. Yeah. So I did that, right? Remove myself at each situation like that. I tell myself, if you're that guy, you got to go get that next guy. So manifesting, KD. I mean, all I've been thinking about is KD. What nice. and my one person away mentality. This person knows this person. This person knows that person. And the reason why KD is because you're in my city. We have all the best type of people. And every day I manifest whatever that situation is. When I'm lunging, I see it somehow. Whether it's taking a picture in the gym, whether it's meeting him. There's all these thoughts in my head that go into it thinking it's going to happen. And some way, shape, or another, it always does. Like when I was trying to meet LeBron, when I finally had the gym for 5 years, I tried because I finally got close to his trainer. And I manifested every day on that Versa. I would even listen to the songs. I don't know what it would look like if he would just if Mike was training him or if we were taking a picture. But I always thought about it. And fucking sure enough, it happened.
You met him. Did you ever get a chance to meet Rich Paul?
Yeah, I met him too. I met him.
I like him, man.
In the whatever the room was where all the food was. I got his email and everything, and I email him once a month.
They know who you are.
He hasn't responded yet, but once a month I try.
It's consistency. They gonna see it.
Boom, see?
They gonna see it, man. I mean, I've chased clients for 3 and 4 years, man. You know what I'm saying? It's literally straight, bruh. No answer, no nothing. You know, and I'm still doing that to this day with business. Like, I've lost contracts, I've gained contracts. I lose a contract, I get 3 more that's even bigger. Like, it's just a part of the process. It's never a loss. It's just if you look at it like that, then it is a loss. But I just say, what can I change so that won't happen anymore? What can I change to be a better person to where I never lose another client again or something like that? Yep. You know, it's just, how can I better myself? Like, that's how I look at it. And you got to take accountability. A lot of people out here don't know how to take accountability. Only way you grow in this world is if you take accountability for your actions, man. Like, be accountable for your actions and you will go as far as you need to go. Like, for real.
Those are the 3 things for me. Faith, work ethic, consistency. I think if you do those 3 things, and if there was a bonus, I'm a big on, serving it back to others. I've been so blessed in my life with so much help that I'm always talking about serving it back. So
Yeah.
if I help somebody, like, oh my God, I would pay you and this and that. I was like, no, I'm
Yeah.
okay. Serve it back to others. And it was crazy how that worked. Is we were literally at HEB yesterday, paid for groceries, and I closed the door. There's $25 on the floor because I told Priscilla, I was like, don't worry about it this time. Like
Yeah.
it was an expensive grocery day. God damn it, because I got it. And then sure enough, go walk outside. There's a sign from God right there. Hey man, it's
Right
$20 for you. We're taking
Just to
care
put on
of
top
them.
of it, right? Yeah. Look, it happens that way, you know.
But my to show you my heart, my first instinct was like, damn. I looked around. Somebody lost $25 right now, man. I felt for him. Then I'm like,
to turn it in.
no. Hey, kind of. But then I'm like, it's cash. I'm keeping this.
Yeah.
But anyways, work ethic, have faith, and you got to be consistent. You do those three things, you'll be able to accomplish anything. What's more of the later Darwin stuff for you, man? What's future goals for you?
Man, right now I'm just trying to build the company. I want to be one of the largest black-owned security companies in Texas. And I'm just trying to grow, man. I got a bunch of big meetings coming up this week that I just only imagined in the beginning of being at the table with these type of people, and now I'm preparing for these meetings this week, and I run a business and I'm a businessman. I can't believe I'm where I'm at sometimes. I'm like, dang, like I'm actually doing it. Like
I'm not a business man. I'm a business man.
I'm a businessman. I'm a walking businessman. So, and it's fun. I love it. I'm passionate about what I do. I love waking up to my life every day, my family. I just love my life, man. Like honestly, I'm enjoying myself. Like even the process, the obstacles, everything. You got to really just enjoy it. So, you got to enjoy it.
I was about to ask you. Blanked out. Oh, I should have wrote it down.
That's that boxing, man. See,
SCT.
it's already getting to him.
Oh yeah, I want you to cut a promo for your security guard, and we'll put that for all the people to watch. This is like your chance to say what your company is, what you actually offer. Just shoot a commercial. We're gonna send this out to the airwaves and see if we can get you viral.
Hey, right here, man. 24/7 security guards. We protect your property and assets, man. Licensed, insured security guards, trained, highly trained through every area you can think of. And like I said, we do retail. We do multifamily. We do events. We do private. We do a little bit of everything, man. So, and my number one rule with my company is protect yourself at all times. I took that rule from boxing and I transferred it to my security company. But if you need security, 24/7, great customer service. I'm passionate about what I do. I'm personable and I'm involved with everything that we do in the company. So, yeah, let me know if you need security.
Boom, and you're not that down with that.
Yeah.
We're not there yet, but we're gonna get to that point a little bit later. See, man, boom. Let's see if we can get you that contract for you right there.
Man, let's do it. It's coming. Like, it's coming.
Also, security, the healing dog here. He was afraid of him.
I'm low-key nervous
now
right here.
Sly's
She's
sleeping on
right
his.
up under me. I'm like,
Sly is sleeping on his leg.
you know how people tell you, he don't bite. You get in here, he didn't rip your finger
Hey
off.
man, Sly's been
You
pretty
don't
solid
wait
with
to the
it.
hospital.
See, look at you.
See, look at she's scratching me now. I can't do nothing about it. Ooh, she about 100 pounds of scratching on my ankles. Yeah.
But no, man, I appreciate you coming on, Darwin. I think the evolution of yourself and myself and where we're going at in this world. I think a lot of people don't get to have these type of relationships.
Yeah.
And I value our relationship. Again, it's one of those things where he's doing his thing, I'm doing my thing, but we're both rooting for each other and we both want each other to win. And I think at the quote unquote success that we're both at right now and we're pursuing is you start to see, and I wrote that on there too, you start to see who really wanted you to win when you start winning. And I really appreciate you for your humbleness when we actually won. You've been there still rooting us on because
Sure.
I've got to a point that it's not like that anymore. A lot of people want you winning, they man.
They don't like it, man.
They don't like it.
Who cares, man? That's
They don't
because
like it.
everybody not happy with themselves. Everybody
Yeah.
content with their own life. Like, it ain't you, it's them. Some people just can't believe it. They want to be that person. You know what I'm saying? They want that mentality, but it's not really you. It's just like I said, it's with themselves. But I'm proud of you, man.
I appreciate it, bro.
I'm very proud of you. I'm gonna forever figure out a way to support you, dog. So, yeah.
Well, we're going to manifest this right here. The best way you can support me is by somehow getting Jay Leon
Jay Lau was good, man.
at Congo with Jake Paul, somehow, same shape or form or another, or at least I get to meet him because I
See,
gotta.
you got my boy book right there.
You saw that? See right there?
Yeah, I got a copy of it too.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Larry Wade.
Yeah.
Shout out to Larry Wade.
Shout out to the frat, man. You know what it is, baby.
So we're working on things, manifesting. We'd love to get the whole team together. You guys can use the gym if you're ever here, but just being around it. And again, it's always one person away. Boom, one person away.
Yeah.
One person away. And I'm a firm believer in making all that stuff happen. So if you listen to this today, I hope it motivates you, it inspires you to go after your dreams. Surround yourself with real ones that are going to be with you through the fire. Darwin is one of those guys that will run through the fire with me, and I'll run through the fire with him. Right. You got to be a dog. You got to fight. You got to knock people out. You got to keep getting up every single day, no matter what the world is throwing on you. Because guess what? Nobody cares. Nobody cares that you can't pay your rent. Nobody cares what the skin color you are. Nobody cares your disability. Nobody cares if you can speak English. Nobody gives a damn. You have to go make it happen regardless. Backs against the wall mentality. That's who he is. That's who he was. He's striving for it every day. That's what we stand for. There's no complacency in this bloodline. So closing this out, man, we're going to go ahead and take another shot. We're not going to use the Rocky that Lima gave us, but we're going to take a little bigger shot. And which one did I give you?
You gave me.
Was it this one?
Yeah, that's mine. Yeah, that was mine, yeah.
Naeed, I didn't even ask you. Do you drink?
I'm 19.
Yeah, he had to keep it legal on the show. But I'm pretty sure he does.
You said it so truthfully, too. My bad.
He sounded so
sorry,
sad.
Oh, shit.
His mom's going to be calling me now in this.
Sorry, Mom.
I'm going with the Hollywood.
My boy Dose, man. Good dude right here, man. If y'all haven't been to Congo, man, make sure y'all go to Congo. Real talk, man.
You heard it from the man himself. All right, episode what?
We did season 2, episode 1.
Happy anniversary,
How many episodes did we make for the other one?
We got to 46.
Okay, 46 episodes. Thank you for all the followers. And we were at 1,125 followers.
Yes.
That's pretty good, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to be able to brag about being on my boy's show
From zero.
soon.
From zero. So now we're climbing. We're going. Season 2 of Daily Dose. We're still here. Episode 1 with Darwin Prince Jr. Thank you for coming along.
Happy
Thank you
anniversary,
for riding
man.
the journey,
Let's go,
man.
baby.
We got more things to do. Congo Septus, Congo versus the world. And if you're not down with that, we got 2 words for you. Suck it! Like, subscribe, share, Daily
my
Dose.
2 words were different.
What were your 2 words going to be?
The word you don't like saying, fuck you.
Fuck you! We out.